Now let's bring in America First Policy Institute Center for the American Dream Chair and niece of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Alveda King. Dr. King, wonderful to see you again. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. What is the main message, the message that your uncle's life represents that most needs to be heard right now?
David, thank you so very much. And over at the Center for the American Dream with AFPI, we care about the American dream for all Americans. My uncle, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., said he had a dream, the American dream. It's rooted in the American dream. That, of course, would deal with voting, with racism, and all of the issues that we are concerned about today. Today, I am boots on the ground out in the neighborhoods of Atlanta, Georgia. We've had some terrible weather, and some of the families who are in need, the single mothers, the seniors, the homeless, and the elderly. So we're delivering food and prayers to the community today. I believe that as something that we can appreciate as Americans. My uncle said that he dreamed of a day when there would be no black power, no white power, only God power and human power. He said we must learn to live together as brothers and sisters and not perish together as fools. I add, that's for men and women and children. That is a 365 days a year effort, and we have to be busy building the American dream for all people, regardless of skin color. I believe that the vote is important. I really do. And I, of course, did march and go to jail in the 1960s as a youth organizer for all of these very important causes.
But, you know, a lot of people say that we kind of got derailed a little bit in the past couple of years from the dream that you just enunciated so beautifully of what your uncle said and what your life has represented as well in the life of your family. It's a move, a derailment that we're trying to correct now, or at least some people are, including the governor of Virginia, the new governor of Virginia. He spoke to one point at which we became derailed, that is the whole critical race theory, and that's one of the reasons that he got elected. Let me just roll a little bit of sound from him yesterday on Fox News Sunday and get your reaction. Roll tape.
But to actually teach our children that one group is advantaged and another is disadvantaged simply because of the color of their skin cuts across everything we know to be true. And the immortal words of Dr. Martin Luther King ring in our ears that we must judge one another by the content of our character and not the color of our skin.
Does the new governor have it right, Alveda?
Well, actually, the new governor makes an excellent point. We have been derailed from the American dream and the dream of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by aborting over 60 million babies legally since 1973. We have been derailed when we say to a little Caucasian girl, you're evil because of your skin color. You need to apologize for your skin color and apologize for racism. A little girl, you know, that is derailing the American dream. We have to come back together with human dignity from the womb to the tomb for everyone. We shouldn't be arguing over, for instance, did you take the shot? No. Why didn't you take the shot? Did you take the shot? Yes. Why did you take the shot? And then becoming enemies over arguing over our health here in America. We have got to come together as brothers and sisters and not perish together as fools.
Well, you know, I think if I was to think of one major goal of your uncle, it would be that bringing together of America, bringing together not just of America, but of all people on the planet. And right now, there seem to be people that are so interested in their personal goals that they make this country even more divisive than it was before. It's an end to that kind of division that we were promised by the current president, but some of his policies seem to be going in the opposite direction.
We need to make it easy to vote and hard to cheat. We need to strengthen fatherhood in America. We need to have good education for all of our children. There should not be any hungry families out in the streets. That's what we're doing today, feeding the community today. So we need to come together. My uncle, Martin Luther King Jr., believed in faith, hope, and love for the whole human community, definitely in America, That is part of Martin Luther King Jr.'s American dream.
You know, there was a great philosopher who passed away on Friday. Her name was Alice von Hildebrand. She had a good, long life. She was 98 when she passed away. I just want to read one quote of hers in which she talks about the dilemma of our current rush to technology and leaving God behind. She said, "The world in which we now live is a world whose outlook is so distorted that we absolutize what is relative, money-making, power, and success, and relativize what is absolute, truth, moral values, and God." In other words, we really got to get back to basics, the basics of truth, the basics of moral values, and the basics of God. I don't think your uncle ever lost sight of that.
He did not. Martin Luther King Jr., the preacher and the prophet, would say, hurry back to God, get solutions from heaven and put them into action. So I do believe that a day of service, we are serving the dream. As we serve the dream, serve the people that need us most. That is a way to remember Reverend Martin Luther King Jr.
Great suggestion. Dr. Alveda King, wonderful to have you here. In this moment of remembrance of your great uncle. Thank you so much for being here. Best to you and your family.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you. God bless. Well,